Welcome to your custom deep dive. Today we're jumping right into author Orrie Karim's insights on decoding the subtle social maneuvers of high-conflict personalities. Now, usually, we think of a dominant personality as the loudest person in the room, right? The one holding court and demanding attention.
Oh, absolutely. The classic loud talker. But Karim introduces this really fascinating concept of silent dominance, it's totally different.
Right, yeah. Like, have you ever been in a room where it feels like gravity is just pulling everyone toward one specific person? They aren't necessarily being loud, but you physically see the whole room's energy bending toward them. It's like a social black hole.
Exactly. They aren't dominating with volume, they're dominating with tension. And that gravity is what Karim calls the orbit effect. It really highlights the critical difference between true, quiet confidence and what she terms a curated image.
Okay, a curated image. Because genuine confidence, is self-sustaining. It doesn't actually need a spotlight.
Right. But a curated image is fragile. It needs constant maintenance and an active audience to reflect it back.
Yeah, going back to that black hole analogy, it doesn't have to actually do anything loud to pull you in. Its sheer density just warps the space around it.
That's a perfect way to put it. In a social setting, a high-conflict personality warps the conversational space. Suddenly, everyone is walking on eggshells.
Right, carefully monitoring this one person's mood, or subconsciously vying for their approval just to keep the peace.
Yeah, and that warping effect is your best tool for spotting strategic calculation versus genuine connection. Instead of listening to the actual words they say, Karim suggests stepping back and watching how they make the room move.
Like, are people naturally engaging, or are they subtly adjusting their own behavior to avoid setting this person off?
Exactly. You have to watch the room's reaction to them.
Okay, let's unpack this, though. Because my immediate instinct, if I notice someone manipulating a room, is to just pop their balloon. I want to call it out and say, hey, look what you're doing to the dynamic.
Sure, that's a super common reaction.
Right. But I'm guessing Karim argues that calling them out just gives them exactly what they want, right? More gravity, more attention.
You hit the nail on the head. Calling them out directly feeds the curated image. It provides the conflict and the engagement they rely on to maintain control.
Oh, wow. So you're basically just handing them the microphone.
Precisely. So Karim's strategy is actually entirely internal. You don't need to expose the pattern. You just need to change how you show up.
Okay, so how do we change how we show up?
Well, the first step relies entirely on paying attention to your own body.
Wait, really? Our bodies?
Yeah. Think about a time you were in a meeting or at a dinner party. Someone walks in, they act perfectly polite, they smile, but your shoulders immediately tense up. Or maybe your heart rate spikes. Karim talks about trusting that physiological response over your logical brain.
Because our nervous system is just incredibly fast at pattern recognition, right?
Exactly. Long before your conscious brain can process the polite words being spoken, your body is detecting micro-expressions. It's noticing a stiff posture, a fleeting look of contempt, or, a slight controlling shift in vocal pitch.
Meanwhile, your logic is trying to build this rational court case based on what's being said. But your body is reacting to the underlying threat.
Right. So you don't need to wait for a smoking gun. If your nervous system is sounding the alarm, that is enough evidence to put up a guardrail.
Okay, so once that guardrail is up, what's next?
Karim offers a very specific test for these boundary testers. You need to watch the exact mechanics of how they react to the word no.
Ah, the word no. Because a person looking for a healthy connection respects a no. It's just, information to them.
Yes, exactly. But someone relying on that orbit effect sees a no as a structural collapse of their dynamic. To them, no is an active threat.
Because their dominance relies entirely on compliance.
It really does. When you remove that compliance, they rarely just accept it. The mechanics of their reaction are super telling. They will often play the victim or argue semantics or try to guilt trip you to reestablish their gravity.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
Yeah, and Karim's main point here is to stop wondering if you're just being too sensitive when this happens. Stop questioning your own perspective. The moment they react poorly to a simple boundary, your only job is to adjust their access to you.
So we move from being a passive object caught in the gravitational pull to actively managing the door.
Exactly. We aren't trying to change their behavior. We are strictly controlling who gets past our boundaries based on how they impact our nervous system.
Which is huge. By shifting your focus from the words people say to the way they alter the energy of a room, you gain this highly practical toolkit to manage access to your time.
It's all about protecting your peace.
Well, that leaves you with a fascinating question to chew on. If our bodies are so intuitively tuned to detect the orbit effect of high-conflict personalities before our logical brains catch up, what subtle physiological signals might our presence be broadcasting to the people orbiting us? Are we radiating the warmth of a sun or the tension of a social black hole? It's definitely something to consider the next time you feel the gravity shift in the room.